Hey guys, welcome back to Matt's mini Bible study number 3. Today we are going to be looking over Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. This section of Matthew chapter 10 is labeled Have No Fear. Do not fear those who can kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. It appears to me that most of our immediate fears relate to self-preservation. I think that the statement to not fear those who can kill the body is more than just literally physically killing your body, but also all of the other instinctual defenses that we have to self-preservation, such as those that threaten not just your monetary values, but also your physical health, maybe your relationships, and pretty much anything that you have that is considered earthly. The second half of verse 28 says, rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Now, destroy both soul and body in hell. So I think it's important to understand what this means. If you lose your soul to hell, then your body's going to be destroyed in hell anyway. Now, later in Matthew, in verse 16:26, for what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? So what I think Jesus is really getting at with don't fear those that can physically hurt you, do fear those that can influence your soul. Ultimately, that's more important than any material gain that you can have. And when we finally meet God, he's not going to care how many material possessions you had. He's going to look at your soul. And so in the eyes of God, and what really actually matters is that your soul is in the right place. For that reason, a person in your life that could lead you astray and put your soul in the wrong place is way more dangerous than like some freaking Italian mafia gangster dude or like some cartel guy that's got you at gunpoint. Because ultimately, if you do your best in the situation to love them and everything and do what God would want you to do and you still die, okay, you're going to heaven, right? Like you were with God and he knew that was going to happen since the beginning of time. There's a saying that a lot of you guys probably know, that you are the sum of your five closest friends. So if you put yourself around people that are going to put your soul in a bad place, that is way more incredibly dangerous than any of those cartel mafia gangsters or dude that just wants to kill you for no reason. In the eyes of God and what's actually important if you believe that this book is truth. And I feel like this is something that's really easy to, logically comprehend, but then if you actually were held at gunpoint, it's pretty hard to just remember oh, well, I don't have to be afraid of this guy, right? As long as my soul's in the right place. It's something that's true, and I think something that we should try to bring to mind anytime that we do feel a material threat, an earthly threat to ourselves. Ultimately, what's most important to us and in the eyes of God and the eyes of eternity is where our soul is. Because our lives on this earth is just such a freaking short blip that logically it's easy for me to see why it doesn't really matter that much where your material things are at. Think of all the generations that came before us and how almost all of those people will be forgotten for the rest of human history. And we're just another section of that timeline that's then going to move on, and the new section is going to forget all about us. We're going to be irrelevant. They're not going to be thinking about us. They're going to be thinking about their own lives. Remember, what's most important is where your soul is. Defend your soul. Pray to God that he would protect your soul. Put yourself around people that you can trust that will protect your soul. And keep your head up for those that are looking to deceive you. They can come across as nice people, but if they have core faults in their morality and beliefs that could lead you astray, be very careful of that. It's still our job to love those people, but do not allow them to influence where your soul is going to be. Okay, I am trying to keep these videos down to 4 minutes, so I do think that is going to wrap this video up. The more I do this, the smoother it should get and everything, so let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is all my interpretation, and please do fill up the comments with whatever comes to mind for you guys. Thank you for joining me, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless.